What's wrong?
Ugh, this book.
Don't you like it?
It's just not very good.
Then why are you reading it?
Well, I started it. I have to finish it.
Hello, bookish beauties. It's Tuesday, and it's time for Tuesday Talks. Which books have you not finished without any guilt? This is hard for me. I used to have a severe loyalty to books. If I started it, I was gonna stick through to the end and finish it. But a few years ago, I realized that by doing that, not only was I suffering through books I was not enjoying, but there was also a good chance I was missing out on a book that I really would enjoy. There are just not enough hours in the day and years in a lifetime to get to all of the books that I want to read. It's sad, but true. I probably will never read all of the books on my TBR. It's heartbreaking, I know. But the fact is, some of those books on my TBR I'm not gonna like. So why in the world would I waste time and suffer through a 1-star book when there's a 5-star book waiting right there? Now I do give books a fair chance. I will read a good half of the way into it before I just can't take it anymore and I put it down and walk away. It takes a lot for me to put a book down. There have only been a few that I've abandoned over the years. There are also some books that I do have to plow through and finish because it was either something I had to read for school and write a paper on, or it was a book that I was given in exchange for a review. I'll also say that if a book comes highly recommended, I'm much more likely to stick with it for a longer time. In fact, if it's a good friend of mine that recommended it, I probably won't give up on it at all. If for no other reason, then we can discuss it and I can say why I hated it and they can say why they loved it. And we'll at least get a good conversation out of it. In some cases, it's actually turned out to be a good thing. I had to read Catch-22 by Joseph Heller for school. And it was a very long book. It was very tedious at times, but by the time I got to the end, I really saw the big picture. I think kind of the point of that book is to make the reader feel the tediousness of the war. And you do when you're reading it, because it's long. And it's kind of weird and it kind of jumps around in time. But at the end, I'm actually glad that I finished that one all the way through. There are currently 6 books on my abandoned shelf. And 1 book that I abandoned that I won't even put on my Goodreads account. But we'll get to that in a second. And these are all books that aren't necessarily bad books. Any one of them have plenty of 4- and 5-star ratings. But they just weren't for me for whatever reason. Argo by Antonio Mendez, Lost Boys by Orson Scott Card, 101 Theory Drive by Terry McDermott, The Cat Who Went Bananas by Lillian Jackson Braun, Think Twice by Lisa Scatterline, and In the Walled Garden by Anita Fierroez. And of course, the infamous unfinished book that I absolutely have zero guilt about not finishing is 50 Shades of Grey. I read about a quarter in, I got to like the first couple of sex scenes, and it just... I mean, I don't even need to go into detail about that one, you guys know why. And that's really it. Every other book that I've started, I finished eventually. I think I'm pretty lenient when it comes to books. If I'm enjoying it even a little bit, I'll stick with it in most cases. But what about you? Do you give up on books easily? Or are there a lot of books that you abandon and you don't feel guilty at all about? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.